what's good, Commanders fans? Quick video here. I wanted to make a video because I do think this is important. I like this hire a lot. I really do. I like this hire a lot. I know we got a couple of San Fran guys here now with Deebo and Anthony Lynn. Trying to think who else is from San Fran with Adam Peters. There's probably some other guys I just can't remember, but this is a good hire getting Wes Welker in the building. Somebody who had an awesome, decorated career. Look at his career, look at his stats. I mean, everybody knows who Wes Welker is. 5'9", 185 pounds, 43 years old, 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro. Wesley Welker, 903 catches for 9,924 yards in his decorated career. I mean, he had a season with 1,569 yards with Tom Brady in New England in 2011. 1,300 yards in 2009 with Tom Brady, and then 1,300 yards again in 2012 with Tom Brady. And then in Denver, like he had 778 yards with the Denver Broncos. But Wes Welker is a dog, man. He was a dog in his career, and I think he's a darn good coach. Now, he just got fired from the Dolphins. I think he was scapegoated. I mean, they had good receivers. They had Tyreek, they had Jalen Waddle, they had guys who could catch out of the backfield like Devin A-Chain. And they've always had a good receiving core anyway with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, guys like that. I'm not going to say guys like that because those are guys that are really good. So I'm just going to say those two guys' names and leave it at that. But, and then Tyreek quitting on the team and the whole, he wants to leave, stuff like that. I think he was wrongfully fired. Now, what I do like about Wes Welker is he was with the Niners coaching up Deebo Samuel. And a lot of things that I like about that is that he was on Deebo about his weight. And then in 2021, so he was there from 2019 to 2021, Deebo had his best season when Wes Welker was there. In 2021, Deebo had 1,405 receiving yards, 6 touchdowns. He had 8 rushing touchdowns that year, which is crazy as well. 365 rushing yards a year. That's the Deebo Samuel that got so popular and so known off of that 2021 season. 77 catches for 1,405 yards, 6 touchdowns, 8 rushing touchdowns, just is insane. Pro Bowl season, All Pro season. That's the Deebo Samuel. Like if we can get half of that Deebo Samuel, let's say we get 800 yards receiving, I'll be fine with that from him, and like 4, 5, 6 rushing touchdowns from him. That will be a really good season for Deebo. Like, I'm not expecting him to be 2021 Deebo, but can we get the productive Deebo from 2023 where he had 892 yards, 7 receiving touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns? Like, that's the Deebo that I'm looking for. I'm not looking for Deebo went through a lot with pneumonia. Last year, he was out of shape because of the pneumonia, and he was overweight. A lot of people said it. A lot of people said he was at the weight of a tight end. And I think Wes Welker will be that guy that's in his ear and that will coach him up. Obviously there's going to be a nutritional plan, all that good stuff, but I think Wes Welker will be a really, really good advisor for Deebo, and I'm happy to have Wes Welker in the building, man. So I think this is a great move. So leading up to the 2020 season, Wes Welker said Samuel would have to lose weight if he wanted to play in the slot. After the 2020 season, when Samuel missed multiple games due to injury, some suggested his weight was the cause for the injury. And then a reporter asked Deebo about that, but Deebo said, I wouldn't say there was a lot of concern about my weight. And he said that before many times, but there are concerns about his weight. He says, my second year I was training well, but I got hurt. Therefore, you can't move the way you want to. I gained a little bit of weight there. This past offseason, you see I came in the best shape I've been in since I've been in the league. So it's kind of like a Luka Doncic thing or like a James Harden thing where they just look pudgy. They look doughy. And Deebo just looks doughy. He looks pudgy. He just looks like a Pillsbury Doughboy a little bit. And I think Wes Welker is definitely going to get him right, especially in that slot position. We're going to have him in the slot. We're going to have Luke in the slot too. And I like this move a lot for Luke McCaffrey too, man. I really like this move for Luke. And I don't want to say a bunch of undertones and stuff like that, but it is what it is. I think just from a positional standpoint, Wes Welker has been there, done that in the slot. And I think Luke can be a tall slot. How tall is Luke? Luke's like, 6'2"? Something like that. His dad was tall, was pretty tall too, Ed McCaffrey. And I think Luke will do really well in the slot. Like he got open a lot. He's 6'2", which is a pretty good size, pretty good height. So he's kind of a tall slot compared to Wes Welker. Wes Welker was 5'9"? Yeah, Wes Welker was 5'9". So I think just the nuances of the game, getting open, getting in the soft spots of the zone. I think Luke McCaffrey does a solid job of that. Anyway, you look at the numbers and metrics. PFF had him creating one of the best. He had one of the best separation numbers. Him and Jaden just had to get on the same page. But I think just the shiftiness and making guys miss like Wes Welker did, getting low to the earth. Wes was 5'9", but I just think some of the nuances of the game, some of the route running, getting open, some of the tricks of the trade that Wes Welker knows, I really feel like him and Luke can connect and get together, and he can really get the best out of Luke McCaffrey. Like, I really believe this. And Wes Welker, so he's not hired to be the wide receivers coach. He was hired to be a personnel analyst, and he will work with both the personnel staff and the coaching staff. So his title is not like a big time title, but I think he's going to be very, very important, man. Just like Anthony Lynn, I think he's going to be very important to this offense and to this team. And I think that's a really, really good hire. But I think, Luke taking that leap for next year, I think Wes Welker is probably the perfect guy to come in. Or, maybe the receiver, Brian Hartline, the wide receivers coach, Brian Hartline from Ohio State. But he's probably never going to leave anytime soon. But I think Wes Welker is great for Luke, and Wes Welker is one of the best slot guys to play in the game of football. So I just think Luke will be really good at that. We'll see if Luke returns kicks still coming up this year. I think he probably will. But like I said, if you wanted to pick somebody to be an advisor for Luke McCaffrey, I really feel like Wes Welker is just the perfect guy to do that. Wes Welker, he was on pace to be an offensive coordinator at one point too. Like, a lot of people said that he's supposed to be like the next Mike McDaniel and get a chance and stuff like that. Like, Kyle Shanahan bigged him up and gave him a lot of props and stuff like that. So I really feel like that that Wes Welker is going to be really, really good. So, somebody asked him who's the next Mike McDaniel, and that somebody said that's unfair to McDaniel, and whichever coach Deebo Samuel said. But I wanted to know who the next up and coming coach is in Deebo's eyes. Deebo said Wes Welker. How he helps us with install, how he goes over the install with us, just hearing how he talks about things that could actually help. I think he makes it relatable. He's been in the league for a long time and seen a lot of plays. I think it's just a mindset that he has. So I love hearing that about Wes Welker, man. And you look at the guys that have been under him and have been successful. Like Brandon Ayuk was there when Wes Welker was there, I believe. And Deebo Samuel, Juwan Jennings has gotten better throughout his career. Juwan Jennings kind of had his best season without Wes Welker this past season. But like I said, I like the hire. I like the hire. I just think I think him and Luke are gonna really, really connect and get along well. And I think I'm gonna buy Luke stock. I was pretty low on Luke, but I think the mentorship from Wes Welker, like, they need to get together today. And throughout the all season, just work together, run routes, get on the judge machine, all that good stuff, and just work together day and night. That's how I feel. Hard Knocks, I mean, I was going to talk about that, but I'm not really concerned about it. I know there's like new rules and stuff. I'm not even going to get into detail about it too much. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. I highly doubt we get picked. The only thing is that I will say I would like to see Jaden, of course, get some shine on Hard Knocks and stuff like that. Him and Bobby Wagner kind of going back and forth, having fun and making fun of each other. Seeing Dan Quinn with the backwards hat. Terry McLaurin, seeing the behind the scenes with him, that would be pretty cool. Seeing how he stepped up as a leader. Frankie Louvu with the Ric Flair, seeing him do that. I know he doesn't do it. He might not do it in practice. He does it really mainly for the games. Jeremy Reeves, Tressway, seeing their personalities. And who else on the defense, really? Bobby Wagner, I already said him. Frankie. And I'm trying to think who's like really character guys on the team that are like really funny guys on the team for the most part. We got mostly chill reserve guys for the most part, which is cool. Trying to think who else, man. But if you guys have any interest in seeing guys, some people in the coach, like Cliff, I would like to see Cliff a lot. I want to see how he interacts with Jaden. I think they have a really good relationship. I'm a big fan of Cliff after this season too. So yeah, that's really about it. That's one of the guys I'm interested to see. Joe Witt Jr. with the defense, stay on ball his life, stuff like that. But yeah, I wouldn't be mad at Hard Knocks. I wouldn't mind the Hard Knocks coming to Ashburn and doing that. Like, that would make it even more lit. Like, because training camp is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy this year, especially seeing Jaden and then Deebo, Terry. Like, it's gonna be packed. It's gonna be lit. Like, when tickets come out, they're gonna sell out very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. So I got to be ready for that in August when they do release them. Or July when they do release them. All right, you guys, as always, hello, Commanders. Peace.